Discovered my wife was cheating with a younger guy. Now I'm strategizing a divorce to keep my kids from relocating continents. I've been married to my wife for 9 years, though we are together for 11. We are both from Europe, but not from the same country and currently live in Asia. We live in Asia last 10 years, but in this country we are living last 8. We have 3 kids. M, 8, M, 6, F, 3. My wife is not working since our first son was born. I have permanent residence of the country where we live, and she and my kids are allowed by the law to stay with me even though they are not citizens and she is not working. Marriage is in my eyes pretty good. We had some fights in these 9 years but nothing special. I work 5 days per week from 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. She never told me she feels lonely, or not loved or bored. She has her routine. Oldest son goes in the school, younger son in the preschool, and my daughter goes in the kindergarten. She drives them every day to school and picks them after. Makes lunch and waits me. We would go on vacations, trips, holidays, dates every weekend. I have never ever thought she is doing something behind my back. We also have open phone policy, but I don't remember when I checked her phone before all of this. I don't think I've used it 5 times in my life. This Wednesday I came in our house and parked the car outside. I don't think she heard me. But I heard her talking with someone how she misses that person and can't wait to see it this week. I don't know did she hear me or saw my car, but literally 5 seconds after she said that, she hanged up the call. I asked her who was that, and she said it's one of her friends who is currently on the trip. To be fair, I didn't suspect it was AP. I know, I am an idiot, but I couldn't imagine that. Also, that friend was really on the trip, which I know. But the things were off. She was trying that day too much. She was always nice and was in a good mood, but that day everything was a little bit too much. Had really weird feeling, but I said I will wait next day, and I am probably making things in my head. I came at work in the Thursday and was just asking myself, am I paranoid or what? It bothered me, why did she end the call immediately when I was in the house if that was her friend? During the day I called her and asked where is she. She said she is in the house, but I heard noises around her. I seriously thought she is cheating on me. I left the work and jumped in the car and went to my house. It's about 30 minutes drive. When I came she was not there. I called her again and wanted to ask her again where is she, but didn't want to look suspicious, so I asked her can she look some things in the house. And while she was on the call she was saying she is checking those things. I knew then that she is cheating. I came home and she was lovely as always. Wanted to go out with me and kids later. I seriously don't know how I remained calm then and how I didn't kick her out immediately. And I pretended the rest of the day that I am just tired. Yesterday I told everything to my best friend. He was furious why am I waiting and that I should confront her right away. But I didn't have any evidence. I said I will look at her phone and laptop when she goes to sleep. I came home, she behaves good. We even had sex. I think if I stay under the shower 10 months it will not be enough. I wasn't in the mood and she asked me is everything okay, and I said it's just too much stress at work. She hugged me and went to sleep saying everything is okay. During the night I checked her phone. I don't know was she that stupid or so sure I won't see messages, but she didn't delete anything. They were hidden, but not deleted. I had about 30-40 minutes to look because she woke up. AP is some kid. I mean, technically not kid, but he is younger than me. I would say 23 to 27. I checked his IG and he is apparently some fuckboy. He follows 80% girls. Tattoos, jewelry, muscles. And he is white. So he is not local guy. To be honest, he is attractive. I can't lie. Attractive enough for her to ruin marriage and family. By his name I would say he is from Europe also, but I am not sure. He seems to be in a lot of cash. I don't know is he some daddy's boy or what, but I can see he has 2 supercars, travels the world and posts pictures from going on the parties weekly. They were physical at least 4-5 times. She sent him so much nudes almost all during the morning when she is alone and without kids near her. It seems this is going on for about a month. I have no idea how did they meet. She was going out last month sometimes, as she would say, on girls' nights, and I never checked her. Probably then somewhere. She was initiating meetings and conversations almost every time. He either don't like her enough or acts like he doesn't care, so I think she feels that and tries a lot. They had sex 2 times during the evening when she told me she is with her friend, and rest of the times in the morning at his place. When I was in the house 2 days before she wasn't with him but wanted to be, but he said he is busy and she was already in the city. I said to myself I will not say anything to her. We woke up today, I wasn't working. She wanted to spend time with me, but I was in my home office most of the day thinking how TF can this happen to me. I went tonight out on the dinner with my best friend and showed him everything. To be honest, I have no idea what to do right now. I will definitely divorce her. OFC, I will contact lawyer tomorrow. Now it is late night here, even though it's Sunday. My biggest problem is that we live in the foreign country. On the different continent. I have feeling if we divorce she will go back in her country with kids. I can't allow that. House, both cars are all in my name and paid by me. We have in the joint account significant amount. I have my own bank account where I have savings. She doesn't have her own account. I also have 1 house and 1 property in my country that my grandparents gave me during our marriage. It's in my name. Now what to do? I can't stand near her anymore. I want to confront her. Do I confront or talk with AP? Maybe he has GF or wife, doubt it. Do I kick her out of house or do I leave? Obviously if we don't have kids everything would be easier, but I love my kids more than anything and I will fight for them staying here. I will also make DNA test even though I am pretty sure they are mine, but you never know. Update 1. There are some very good and some not very good news. First of all, I want to clarify some things. I received many messages and comments about this. Me and my wife are both from Europe, not from the same country. We are 11 years together, 9 years married. We met in my country. Then after a year of relationship I received the job offer in Asia. She went with me. But since we weren't married she couldn't get proper visa. She didn't work at that time. She was flying out and flying back in the country and she was on tourist visa. About a year after we moved in Asia we married there. And then year after she married me, we moved in another country in Asia where we lived last 8 years. So, 10 years in total in Asia, lived first 2 in one country where we had wedding. Last 8 years in a country where we are currently now. A lot of you ask me where exactly AP lives. I am not sure if AP lives here whole year or not, but I think he does. It's a huge city and there are a lot of foreigners here and his apartment is in a downtown area where there are a lot of foreigners. Also a lot of you ask me to give her another chance and go on the MC because of kids. I respect your opinions and everyone is different. Someone can forgive 10 years affair, someone can't forgive innocent texting with unknown man. I don't forgive something like this. I don't know what needs to happen for me to consider our with her. If I was bad husband, if I didn't take care of her, if our sex life was dead, if she ever told me she is not happy. I would at least understand why she did that. But it is quite opposite. Sex life 4-5 times per week, she is always smiling and literally since I know her says she is happy. We always spend time together, she never avoids me or becomes angry at me. So yeah, my answer is no. Only if my kids beg me and suffer so much I might live with her for some time, but I will never ever touch her again. I called the lawyer here today. Told him I really want to meet him and I can pay more since it's a Sunday and I assume it's his free time. Lawyer was really nice on the phone and we met after the lunch. I showed him and explained him everything. The news are this, all the assets I have here are completely mine. She doesn't have any rights on that currently. She is on spousal/family visa here, doesn't work, not a citizen, while I have permanent residency. Since everything have been paid by me and everything is on my name, I am the owner of everything. All the money in the bank is mine. He advised me to take all the money from the joint account and transfer it to other bank account where she doesn't have access. Joint account is on my name but she has credit/debit cards and uses it daily for everything for the house/kids/her. So technically she doesn't have any right on that money. Cars are same story because they are all in my name and paid by me with clear evidences that I paid for it. The bad news are about the most important thing, kids, since, I repeat again, she is on the spousal visa. If we divorce she can't stay here anymore. She needs to find the job or be on tourist visa. She can't use tourist visas forever and sooner or later someone at the immigration will stop her and deny her the entry. My kids can stay with me on the family visa. Things become very tough right here about divorce. Basically 4 countries are involved. 2 home countries, country where we married each other and the country where we are now. If we divorce in Asia there are big chances I will be the primary custody parent. At worst we will share the custody. But if we divorce in Europe I am basically fucked. And most likely I will have to return if I want to be near my kids. He also told me about the idea that I offer her some assets or money to make a deal that kids stay in the Asia with me, but I doubt she would accept that. If I kick her out of the house and police gets involved I won't have problems. Since OFC I have proofs I am the father, even if police gets involved kids will stay at my house. Passports are on safe and she doesn't know where I hid them. Lawyer told me to make DNA tests for the kids and to not leave the house so my wife can stay with them. I will do DNA tests tomorrow. In the meantime he will start making everything about the divorce. After we get results from the DNA test she will be served. All in all, very tough and complex situation, but I will fight. I talked also with the lawyer from my home country. He told me if my wife somehow takes kids from me and goes back in the Europe while we are still not divorced I need to file the report on the police immediately in country where we live and more importantly in my home country. Since both of our home countries are in the European Union, laws are very similar. If she does that police will be at her door very soon. So that's good. I didn't confront her. She was actually mad at me most of the day because I went out to meet the lawyer and I spent time in my home office and according to her this is the day for us. I seriously don't know how I contain myself to not tell her anything. She is last 2 days at home. Probably she waits tomorrow to call the AP. She behaves good. Before an hour she apologized me for her being angry at me today and tried to kiss me. I am trying everything to avoid her as much as possible. I will go in the bed when she already sleeps hopefully. Tomorrow I will make DNA tests for all the kids. Lawyer told me he will call me with all details for the best options for the divorce. I will ask for some free days at work and after that I will confront her in AP. Lawyer told me to record everything he says. Update 2. What some of you can write is just pure craziness. Stop putting your own words and stories in my mouth. I have never ever said I want to see my wife out of the country where we live right now. If there is one person in the world that wants her to stay here, that's me then. Because that means my kids are staying. I will offer her the best deal that will allow her to stay here, but that deal includes divorce. If she rejects it, then we will fight for the custody. I am not the one who should fight for her future. I didn't do shit to her. According to some of you, I should go back in Europe, in her country. I've been there 4 times in my life. I have to leave everything I have built in Asia so I could see my kids 3 days per week while I didn't do anything. She did. She cheated on me and I should destroy everything I have so she could be in the nice spot? Because I am the father and she is cheating mother? Or even better, I should not divorce her so she can stay here because she was cheating and doesn't know how to keep her legs closed and I need to suffer and never meet anyone else in my life. Brilliant logic. Maybe she can find the job here and stay in the country legally and with the kids that have everything? That's also not okay? Poor her, she needs to work. Some of you said she gave up on her career because of me and kids. Again, you are making stories without knowing anything. She didn't give up on anything. I was the one telling her if she wants to work, she finished only high school, she can and I will hire the nanny. But she didn't want to because she probably needed time for her AP. I am not forcing her out of country. Immigration will force her if we divorce and she doesn't have the job. That's normal in every country. I am not above the law. She can find the job and stay with THE kids because the best for kids is to stay here. She should do everything to be near kids. At the end, I love our kids more than she does because I didn't ruin our family, she did. Not to mention my kids don't know anyone in her country except her family, don't speak her language and have friends and go in school/kindergarten here. Well, if you ever experience something like this in your life you can use your logic, I will stick with mine. So to conclude this rant, I will offer her the deal with the kids staying here, she stays here but not with me. If she rejects it we go on the court and we will see what the judge will say. I also never said if we divorce she will not get anything. She will, but not as much as she would get in Europe and I honestly don't care if I lose money, house or whatever if my kids stay here. I could transfer ownership of my house on my brother, cars, send all the money as a gift/loan to him or to my parents like my lawyer told me to do if I want to keep everything after the divorce because at this moment she is not entitled at anything before the divorce since she doesn't even have residency status here let alone citizenship and everything is in my name. So I can do that before I file for the divorce and she will get huge nothing here. But I am not doing that. I will earn that money back in few years max but my kids are forever. Now, news and long update. Yesterday I had long talks with my lawyer. He will make everything so we can divorce here where we live. It will be a tough process but we are ready. He also gave me the contact of the lawyer in the country where we married each other. That lawyer told me according to everything I told him I am in great position. So I am literally building 2 cases if I need. I need to divorce in Asia, not in Europe. If I divorce in the country where we live or where we married each other there are huge chances kids will stay with me. EU courts has 0 rights or jurisdiction here so if she ever thinks to send kids in the Europe with her she can only dream. The court according to my lawyers would keep kids here because 2 of 3 my kids are already in the school, spent whole life here, I am working, she doesn't, I have house, financial power for their good life and residency status. My wife could ask for the appeal in her own country where she would have bigger chances but that process could go for years and I can delay it also in the multiple ways and my kids would not be allowed to leave the country where we are without me allowing that so that's great. I sent all the details about house, cars and bank accounts to my lawyer and he is building the case. Also, I agreed with him that we make a deal for her. She can keep the house and car, but I will be the primary custody parent. Or I keep the house and I will pay for the place where she can live and we share the custody. Anything other I don't accept. When I came back home from the work she was waiting me with the kids. Again, she looked good. We went out as a family during the evening. I had great time with the kids, I couldn't stand her. When we came home she tried to initiate sex but I politely refused. She was laughing while talking about some nice moments in our past most of the night in bed so I had to ask myself is she completely out of her mind. Today she drove our kids in the school and kindergarten before I left the house. I took all the papers I needed, suit, some clothes and left. I decided yesterday that I will not confront her directly because of the kids. They are always near us and I don't want them to have trauma because of this. While I was at work she was texting me about plans for us tonight. I was acting like everything is fine because I thought she might come at my work if I confront her already and that would make me huge problems at my work. When she texted me in 3 p.m. that kids are home and that they are all eating I knew that's the moment. I finished the job shortly after. I left her so, me money on the joint, mine, but she has access, account and took everything else to my other bank account. I sent her the text in 4:05 p.m. The funniest thing with all the evidence I have I still can't believe this is the reality. 11 years. I want to tell you so many things right now but I am so disgusted by you that I just want this to end as soon as possible. You made your choice, now I'm making mine. You can stay tonight. Tomorrow, after kids leave for the school I want you to see out of my house. Don't try to do something stupid with the kids, you will just have bigger problems. I am ready for every scenario, my lawyers are ready. Be normal and we can end this in the most normal way, everything else will just put you in the worst position possible. At the end I can't say I want you all the best but if your best is away from me then I want you all the best. Don't call me and I repeat, don't do something stupid because I will not tolerate that. My lawyer will contact you about the kids immediately when you leave my house. You can meet and be with them every day, but you are not allowed to enter my property after everything you did.
P.S. You look good in those nudes pictures you sent to AP.
She was online when I sent her the message but didn't respond or call for the next 20 minutes. I wish I could see her face during those 20 minutes. During those 20 minutes I called the AP. He rejected the call and sent the message asking who is that. I called again and he answered. I told him that I will not do anything to him, I just want normal talk, and if he has any human decency he will meet with me wherever and whenever he wants. Whole day I thought he will reject the possible meeting, but he apologized to me and asked me where I am. I explained him, he told me where he is, and we decided to meet in 5:30 p.m. in one bar near his flat. When my wife started to call me I put the phone in airplane mode. AP was waiting for me. I saw that he is looking at me from 10 meters distant, at least. I was audio recording the meeting. OFC, he knew how I look, my wife has pictures with me on her IG and us as a profile picture on WhatsApp and Line. What a lovely wife. He immediately asked me can he say everything, and after that I can ask him whatever I want. I told him he can, but after he says everything about him. He is 26 years old. He is from one country in Europe as I assumed. He doesn't have any GF or wife. No kids. He lives here whole year and just enjoys his life. He looks good. He is attractive young guy and seems like someone who only wants to bang girls. Then he started to talk how he met my wife. They were in one restaurant/club in the early August. He was with friends, she was with friends. I knew about this because she asked me can she go out with her friends. After some time they all started to sit together. They talked a little bit, he told his IG when some of wife's friend asked. He says she wasn't flirty that day. He saw her ring and assumed she is married and didn't want anything. He showed me messages with her from other apps that I didn't know/see. She started little talk and after that they talked more and more. She said she loves me but that I have cheated on her. I've never looked let alone touched other women since I met her, before a month, and that is her revenge. When I saw that I wanted to vomit. She was saying this before/after the first time they were physical. He told me they had sex 4 times, 1 round. Whenever they would meet she would be nervous after the sex and would always say this is wrong and she would leave shortly after. He was confused with her behavior and even texted her to not meet anymore. According to him she cried last time and said this is over and that she did the worst mistakes in her life. She loves me and even though I cheated on her this is not okay. She wrote to him that she liked the attention and that he picked her even though she is 9 years older before some single friends of her be. But that she doesn't have any emotional love for him but she has for me. Lucky me. In the last Thursday when I came in the house in the middle of the work to catch her and found the empty house and caught her lying to me, she called him to meet. This guy actually told me with a straight face that he wanted to have sex with her that day. He has balls. He was busy somewhere and she was waiting for him in the lobby of the building where he lives. He thought she came because of sex but according to him she rejected him and told him they are done. She told him to not call her anymore and that she will never stop regret for everything what she did. She also asked him to not say a thing to anyone. He showed me messages after the meeting where she says almost the same because he was confused so he asked her again is she sure. She blocked him after that on everything and never called again. Probably she deleted all these messages because I didn't see those messages on her phone. Did she forget to delete those hidden messages I actually saw? I have no idea. I don't know is he lying but I don't think he does. He doesn't have any reason to defend her because he actually said a lot of bad things about her and gave me every evidence I needed. He showed me literally every message, he said about every disputing detail. He even told me one of my wife's friends knew about them. So he told me basically more than I wanted. While we were talking my wife called him. He showed me and asked me do I want him to answer. I told him to not answer. She started to send him messages and voice messages. Some of the quoted messages are voice messages where she screamed like a lunatic. Her, where is he? Why did you tell him? I hate, you destroyed my life, where is he? Him, what are you talking about? Why are you attacking me when you lied to me and him? Her, how does he know? He left me. You destroyed me. I told you we are over, why did you do this? Where is he? I am trying to find him. Him, I didn't tell him anything. I didn't do anything, you are married. Her, I made mistakes but I don't love you. I love my husband, I don't love you. I never loved anyone except him, I did the worst mistake in my life, I never liked you except for fun. I wish I never met you. Him, I really don't care who you love, but why did you lie to me? Her, I didn't lie anything. I really love my husband and he left me now. I don't want to live, he left me. Him, I am not talking about that. You lied he cheated on you and that's why you are doing this. With how many guys have you been behind his back saying the same thing you told me? Her, with 0. You are the first and last and I can't believe I did this. You told him and destroyed me because I don't want to have anything with you anymore. Him, I don't give a damn what you want or not. I didn't tell him anything. Answer my question. Her, you told him, you're a horrible human being. Him, answer the question. Her, what question? Him, why did you lie he cheated on you? Her, because I am idiot and liked the attention and lost control and now I lost everything. How does he know about this if you didn't tell him? Him, I didn't say anything and I need to go. Her, how do you know I lied about him if you didn't talk? I know you told him everything. I hate you, you destroyed me. Him, again, I didn't tell him anything but I hope he will not forgive you. She blocked him after this. I was just looking at him for 2 minutes without saying anything. I was close to start crying. He was apologizing like crazy and said if he knew that she is happily married he wouldn't do anything. He says I don't need to believe him but that's the truth. He told me he doesn't want anything with her and never planned. Also he sent me SS of all their messages immediately so I can have it during the divorce process. He asked me what I want to do with her and the marriage. I told him everything and he wished me and my kids best of luck and asked me if she calls him or send him any message do I want him to tell me. I said I want. He told me if I need anything I can call him. We even shake the hands. If someone told me before a week that I will DNA test my 3 kids and shake hands with my wife's lover I would think I am high. But this is my life. At the end, it's not his fault. I didn't marry him. I sent the audio record of the meeting and SS of their messages to my lawyer, talked with him a little bit. He told me with everything AP said and messages that he sent me, it should increase even more my chances during the divorce. Now, I am in the hotel. I didn't block my wife. She sent me billion messages and called me at least 100 times. Even my friends called me asking where I am because my wife told them we had huge fight and I left the house. In the morning when my kids leave for school/kindergarten I will confront her eyes in eyes and then in the afternoon I will DNA test kids. I took some free days from the work this week so I have time.